Hello everyone, this is Josie. I'm back with another card share. These are Christmas cards that I'm going to send to my mom. I did 10 of them. They all have the same design, and there's 2 with the same pattern paper on them. And all the inside of it is also the same on all of them. So I'm only going to show the 5 because there's 5 pattern papers, so you can see it with the different paper, but they all are basically the same. I'm going to share first the products I used on the card. For the pattern paper, I used this American Crafts Jolly paper pad. I used some white cardstock. I also used this Cuttlebug embossing folder called Divine Swirls. And I used the paper straws from Michaels in silver. And I used these self-inking stamps. I used the Let It Snow, Ho Ho Ho, Merry, and Christmas are the stamps I used from there. Inka Dinka Doo stamp set called Evergreen Holiday, and I used this right here. Like a pine cone, and it has a bow tied on it. It's really cute. This is a Graphic 45 stamp set. A recent purchase from Tuesday Morning. I used the leaf border and the snowflakes. This is a Stampabilities stamp set. It's called Faith, Hope, and Love. And I use the God's Grace, and Believe. And I also used this stamp from Delta, and it's called Crackle Background. And I used these 2 embossing powders. This is a silver, this is a green, but when you emboss it, it has a kind of a bronze, metallic bronze shine to it. So, I did the envelopes of the cards too, and I used that green embossing powder. So as you can see, there's kind of a metallic, like there's a metallic bronze green going on there. So I did all 10 of the envelopes like that. So here is the basic design of all 10 cards. So it has these 3 layers of paper, and then this one here. And I'll show you the pattern paper on each. So I made 2 of each of these pattern paper. So those are the papers I used from the paper pad. And I'll just tell you what I did with this. I matted it with the green cardstock from Michaels, and then I matted on top of that with a white cardstock, and as you can see, there's a silver glitter embossing around it. So all I did is I inked the edges with the Perfect Medium from Ranger. I inked all 4 sides of the cardstock and then sprinkled the embossing powder on them. So I only put the embossing powder on the edges. And then in the center of the white cardstock that has the silver embossing powder, I stamped with a light blue ink the Crackle Background and embossed it with clear embossing powder. And I got white cardstock and used the circle spellbinder to cut the same size circle as this one. And then I cut them in half in a wavy line so I can then emboss them. And I used each half on each of the cards. So you can see that one has another half on it to make that the snow hill there. And then I used I flattened these straws to use them as a little pole. And then I did the banner, a long banner, folded in half. On the inside I stamped the snowflakes, and then on the outside of the paper I stamped "Let It Snow." And I did that on all of the cards, except some of them have the stamp where it says "Ho Ho Ho" on it right here. But they all do say "Let It Snow." So that's what I did on the outside. And on the inside they all say the exact same thing, and they all look the same. So I got some white cardstock. I stamped in green the leaf border from the Graphic 45 stamp set. So I did it on bottom and on top. And the ink I used matched this green cardstock perfect. And it is the Rangers Leaf Green, which I also picked up at Michael's. And the word "believe" and "God's grace" is from the Stampabilities stamp set. And I didn't have just a stamp that said "in," so I used these alphabet stamp sets and put "Believe in God's grace," and then I stamped "Merry Christmas" with the self-inking stamps. And then I used one of these dimensional stickers from Dollar Tree. They came on a sheet like this. You'll probably recognize these here if you pick up the stickers at Dollar Tree. So they're squares, but I turned them over on their corners so they can look like little diamonds. So that all of them are the same on the inside, and then I stamped on the back, "Handmade with love by," and I signed my name. And that's what I did to make all 10 of these really cool Christmas cards. So those are ready with their envelopes, and I have all 30 of the Christmas cards ready to go. Thank you so much for watching, and thank you for commenting, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.